So, okay, I'm gonna start. Alright, what makes a person unique? Is it their shoes, their name, or maybe where they come from? Well, I believe that it's the experiences in a person's life that makes them who they are. So today I'm going to tell you about the objects that have represented the experiences in my life that represent who I am. And who I hope to be. So my first item is a bag of coffee grounds, and I know that's so stereotypical for a teenage girl to bring in, but it definitely has a lot more meaning to me. Coffee started playing a role in my life when I was little. My mom had me young, so I used to go and get watched by my grandma every day, and every morning we would sit and have a cup of coffee and have these life talks, and I was like 5 years old, so at the time I didn't really understand them. But now, looking back, I think it's definitely made me a more wise person, and people always say I have an old soul, and I'm pretty sure that's why. Also, this past summer I worked in a coffee shop, and it was a hometown coffee shop, so nothing like Starbucks or anything. The atmosphere is a lot different. The regulars that come in every day, you really get to build that personal bond with, and they become, a great support system. And my senior year, I went through a lot of tough times, and just having them as kind of a backbone, it showed me that there are people out there that really care about you, that don't know you, personally. So that's kind of my past and how it's kind of made me confident enough to come here and kind of start a new life. Next is this book. It's Tuesdays with Morrie. I don't know if anybody's read it, but if you haven't, you should definitely read it. It's about an old man who was a professor who gets ALS. If you don't know what that is, his brain starts to basically, his whole body basically starts to deteriorate. He can't really think for himself. This book right now is just doing a lot for me, mostly because my teacher in high school, that was kind of like my greatest mentor, gave me this book, and he said when he graduated he got it as a present, and it inspired him, and that's kind of what it's doing for me right now, showing me that it could be worse. I could have it a lot harder, and yeah, so and it's basically given me a sense of optimism, really just to keep looking forward, because Morrie, he's dying and he still remains a positive outlook, and that's what I hope to do. Also, reading has always been kind of a sense of home, and it's really what I need right now because I am far away from home, so just having that kind of solid thing that I can go back to whenever I am missing it is just nice to have. Next is this little string bracelet that I'm wearing, and as simple as it seems, it has a lot of meaning to me. When I first started making bracelets at camp, it was my first year that I had went 12 years ago, and it encouraged me to be a camp counselor, and when I went back this past summer, I met a lot of kids who inspired me in a lot of different ways for my career in the future. And I want to be a teacher, so it was just kind of an inspiring experience overall. Lastly, to me the most important, I have these flower seeds, which I couldn't exactly bring in a tree, but that's what it's supposed to represent. When I was little, my great-grandma put in seeds when the great-grandchildren were born, my great-grandma, in a lake house in Michigan, and every time it was their birthday, the tree would grow. And there was just a lot of memories made with my family during this time at the lake house, and it's always kind of my happy place that I've gone back to, and it's what made me more outgoing as a person. And my grandma just recently my great-grandma got put into an induced a coma, and to me this kind of represents faith and hope to, keep going, because just her, going through what she's going through right now has kind of given my family kind of pulled us together and pushed us to keep going, and to me in some way all of these things mean that to me, so I should probably stop now. And that's all.